Get in.
Yes!
Get him up out Walk up, home run. In a tip, in it. Let's go, throw the hats up. Look what Pinky got it. They double teaming Trey. Give it to Dre. Give it to Jonte. Pass it over to Bogey. Bogey driving. Give it to Dre. Give it to Trey. Shoot the three. Bang! Let's go, man. Stop playing. He did not put Ritter in.
I'm done. Oh, this mother just put Ritter in? For what? Why would you put Ritter in right now? He know his job is done.
There's nothing finer in the land than a drunk, obnoxious Georgia fan.
Oh
Let's go. Go, Dogs. Go, Dogs. Go, Dogs. Sickle.
Now you gonna make me chump. Now you gonna make me chump.
We ain't gonna tiptoe around the issues.
Remember, we don't do woulda, shoulda, coulda, what up in here.
Barbecue and mildew time. What's going on, guys? How y'all doing, man? What's going on? Man, we missed you guys over the weekend. Thank you guys for coming through. My name is Larry, one half of the Dixon Way. My beautiful wife Sean's the other half. We provide you guys with live commentary on all our favorite sports teams. From the Braves, the Hawks, the Falcons, the Bulldogs, even my wife, Gators. We appreciate every last one of you guys coming through. Hope you guys enjoy this commentary content. Right now, today, man, we got the Falcons in review, the season review. But we got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about, bro. Black Monday came early yesterday. Hold up. Let me give some shout out to the people in the chat first. We got ATL enthusiasts in the building. BB in the building. Magic Man in the building. Magnificent mod Magic Man. You better watch your step. You get the wand. King Atlanta supporter. What up, King? Daniel Berry in the building. Morgatron Prime in the building. Haha, Dirty Bird in the building. Let's get it. Sounders to all y'all. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Happy day. When Raheem is gone. When Ra is gone. Oh, when he gone. When he is gone. When Raheem is gone. Hey, man. Let's go, man. Raheem Morris and Terry Fontenot were relieved of their duties yesterday to prove a point. That you squandered this season away. Yeah, you ended on a 4-game win streak, the first 4-game win streak of Raheem's career. But you ended on that streak. And yeah, it didn't matter. You could not erase the stink that was this season with a win streak at the end of the season. I am so happy that Arthur Blank did not fall for the flim flam. We did this with Dan Quinn. He won about 4 or 5 games at the end of the season. Brought them back, thought they was on the right path. Lost 5 in a row at the start of the season, had to fire. When you take a deep breath and you smell that, you know it's poop. Just because they put air freshener in the air, you still smell it. And, it's time to flush the toilet. Can't feel sorry for guys who making millions. Contract's gonna pay them, throughout the rest of their contract. So can't really be. It's a business, man. It's a business. And I know a lot of people. Kitty Cat, what's going on? Appreciate you coming through. Welcome to the stream. I see you. He said nothing is good until Arthur Blanken's gone. Well, Arthur Blank ain't going nowhere, so. But there is new exciting news, but I want to cover the releases, the firings, the Das Boots. I want to cover those first. It's a difference of opinion. Some people said that, hey, you could have fired Raheem and kept Terry Fontenot. Some said both of them had to go. Some also say that both should have been given another season together. That they were finally getting healthy players. And that was the limitations with the coaching staff trying to mix and match talent with scheme. I'm not going to fall for that flim-flam. I've seen Kyle Shanahan work magic with all kind of injuries. Best linebacker going, several offensive linemen, quarterbacks in and out, wide receivers hurt. And yet they were fighting to the last game of the season to become the number one seed in all of football in the NFC. So miss me with that injury, chemistry type of thing. If you're a head coach and you know what you're doing and you got the correct staff around you to accentuate your plan, you should be able to make it out of any injury. Next man up. Now, sometimes they get too crazy. I get that. But there are examples all across the football world that shows that if you're a dude at coaching, you can make do until your guys get healthy. I think ultimately Raheem and Terry Fontenot were fired for these things. I feel that Terry Fontenot was fired for putting us back in cap hell. I know a lot of people want to say, hey, he got rid of all that money, Matt Ryan, Julio. You could have did that. It wasn't special. We had to wait it out. And to be honest, man, this team is way better on paper, way better than any team that Arthur Smith had. See, I was a proponent of moving on for Arthur Smith, but I didn't imagine us getting a worse coach than Arthur Smith. And that's what happened, guys. And those that are in the corner of where you gave Arthur Smith 3 years, so you should have gave Raheem 3 years, poppycock. I call hogwash. I call poppycock. Me personally, I feel like there are games that on paper we won, but one facet of the offense or defense, or especially special teams, and our lack of detail and attention to detail cost us several games. The first game versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, we forgot who Bijan was and where he was after that first rushing touchdown when he broke that long touchdown. Did not try to establish a run, kept throwing it and throwing it. And Michael Penix outplayed Baker in that game too when you look back at the stats. It's just that we're a poorly coached team. Our refusal to change up the system, our refusal to have our starters play one down in preseason, like we had all the answers. But when the quiz came, we were like, duh, what's going on? We got to get this chemistry here. We got to figure out this. We got to figure out what's comfortable with that. Well, you didn't use all your assets in training camp. You was out there doing stuff for show for the crowd, but really wasn't working on stuff that you were going to really need to do to be a balanced attack. There's a lot of people questioning Michael Penix and his skill set and his ability. Only thing we do know is that he has been injury prone. And, yes, it has been 5 years since he had his last injury. But when you have major injuries like that, you're only one step away from the training table. And herein lies the problem with Terry Fontenot. Now follow the pattern that I'm going to follow this pattern, guys. Rumor was Terry Fontenot wanted Justin Fields. Arthur Smith shot him down. Arthur Smith didn't like how Justin Fields interviewed at the combine. So Terry went to best available and drafted Kyle Pitts. Shout out to Kyle Pitts this season. He was a number 2 tight end this season. I repeat, Kyle Pitts was rated at the end of the season as the number 2 tight end in the league. Too little, too late. And we wasted his best season of his career by not making it to the playoffs. That was mistake number 1. And all this stuff is cumulative. It's not just Arthur Blank woke up and said, I woke up like this. I woke up like this. Nope. He did not wake up like this. You have to assess everything. Yes, we did. I will agree. We had one of the best drafts in Falcon history this past year. We had Xavier Watt, JPJ. That is a part of the Rams trade. So we traded back in to get JPJ, but we also got that 3rd round pick to get Xavier Watt also. And getting Jalen Walker. And get it Billy Bowman, who was looking real good until he got injured. You got 4 starters and 3 potential Pro Bowlers in one draft. I would beg to ask, you have to go back and really look at it and say, what was a better draft than that draft right there? Like, seriously. We got the top 3 defensive rookie of the year candidates on our team. JPJ, who should win it. Xavier Watts, who's right behind him, who's only 1 interception less than the best safety interceptions at 6. He got 5. As a rookie. 5 interceptions for anyone is normally a Pro Bowl season for a safety. He did it in his rookie season. We got Jesse Bates 2.0 starting as a rookie. And if it wasn't the existence of James Pierce Jr., that we went back in the first round to get also, both of those guys are part of that trade, Xavier Watts would be the rookie of the year. I mean, defensive rookie of the year in the NFC. And then you got Jalen Walker, who matched Jared Verse sack total in 6 this season. And he won defensive rookie of the year with 6 sacks last year, guys. JPJ set the all-time rookie record with 10 and a half, excuse me, who was set before by Micah Parsons. I'm not saying he's Micah Parsons. I'm not saying he's Derek Thomas, but it smells kind of like Derek Thomas. Hopefully, this is only the beginning. But you young guys don't know who Derek Thomas is. All you old heads, you should be salivating if this kid turned into Derek Thomas out of Kansas City. You should be salivating. I mean, that kid right there, man. I know people was hyped up and excited about Vic Busley. Nah, son. He ain't got none on JPJ. And JPJ can actually play decent against the run when he wants to. I have seen some lazy steps, but overall, all that stuff can be corrected. All of it. Jalen Walker, I am worried about his health. He only played like half the season, but still 6 sacks in half a season for a guy that's really not a pass rusher. He's a do-it-your-all like Roquan type of guy for me, in my opinion. But playing the edge because we need that. And again, man, like I said, man, Xavier Watts, the X-Man, Professor X, that kid is a ball hawk. Can't say like more things about this kid is amazing. Sadly, Billy Bowman's season got cut. I feel like that draft that Terry Fontenot had was one of the best drafts in Falcon history. That's not even hyperbole. The problem is, if you look at the entire scope of everything, it's in a bad position because we don't have the depth. And that's one sign of a bad special teams. Not only the bad special teams coach is horrible because he is, but the lack of depth rears its ugly head. I just think that Terry Fontenot had an outstanding draft this season, but it just wasn't enough to keep his job. And guess what, guys? I don't know any GM that keeps his job having 5 straight losing seasons. 5 straight losing seasons, guys. Came from the Saints organization. Some say he might have been the op. That's what the young kids say. I don't know. I was wondering that until this season. Got us Bajan, one of the top running backs in the league, not if the best running back in the league. Wasted season. Drake London, top 5 wide receiver in the league. Great pick. What about the other picks around him? I would give him Brandon Dorless. Great picks. But when you have Brandon Trice, when you have Troy Anderson, when you let Nate Lehman go because you had confidence in Troy Anderson and Brandon Trice to come back and fill that linebacker depth, And that's why you went in and double dipped and went back and got JPJ. But ultimately, the dual mistake of, I don't know if it was, in my opinion, I feel like that Kirk Cousins was Raheem Morris' pick. They were there in Washington, D.C. when you like that was originated. I feel like that was his pick. Now, mind you, Kirk Cousins was the best pickup since Baker Mayfield quickly got scooped up and re-signed with the Buccaneers. But I feel like Raheem wanted him. Again, when he threw that 500-yard game and won the game on that walk-off, the caress he gave Kirk Cousins, his wife might have been jealous. I'm just saying. I feel like Kirk was his guy. That's why he let Kirk ruin the season last year when it was clear that Kirk Cousins was hurt. Now, not saying that Michael Penix was ready to go right out the gate, because obviously he wasn't. But when you're throwing 25.7 mile per hour, the slowest average in NFL history for the starting quarterback, over that span when we were losing, as a head coach, literally Kirk took himself out. Raheem didn't do it. He said they came to a mutual understanding. No, as a head coach, if you see a guy floundering like that, you got to be the adult and you got to save him from himself. But that wasn't done. So yeah. But getting, and I truly believe that Raheem wanted Kirk, and Terry said, look, I will get Kirk, but if Michael Penix is there, and I want you to come up to Seattle, because I've been watching this kid. I want you to come up to Seattle and see if you like him. If Michael Penix is there, I want to draft Michael Penix. And that's what ultimately why Terry Fontenot was fired. I feel like we have been trying to get this quarterback situation ready since we got rid of Matt, who coincidentally, Terry Fontenot initiated that. Now, we know that Arthur Blank liked Deshaun Watson. I remember young Deshaun Watson out there being a ball boy when I was out at training camp. So I remember him out there. But this was one of the brainchild ideals of Terry Fontenot. Terry Fontenot wanted Justin Fields. Word on the street, couldn't get him. The following year, he said, okay, maybe I can try to get Deshaun Watson. Pissed off Matt. Matt want to go to a team want to go to. Matt was heartbroken. He was done. Kind of like Dominique when he left. Being heartbroken, that can change a player. You know what I'm saying? We all know that Matt was at the end of his rope. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think he would have fell off that far. Like what he was here the year before and what he was in Indianapolis was night and day. It looked like a man who was crushed. That spirit was crushed. So for me personally, I just look at it like, for everybody who thought, and word on the street is Matt Ryan is going to be the new president of football operations. We never really had that per se before, but now we're going to, and that's what Mike Ryan's going to be. We're going to actually have some kind of structure. And the greatest news today is Rich McKay has finally been exercised out of the Atlanta Falcons organization completely. Greg Beatles the one I never knew who did anything outside of introduce Terry Fontenot to introduce Raheem Morris. That's the last time I seen him in a presser. I seen videos of him talking with Arthur Blank or Rich McKay, but I haven't seen him in front of a microphone since then. Now he has taken over from Rich McKay's job. He is taking over for Rich McKay's job. Now he is the hand. No, he's not, because Rich McKay is still CEO of Arthur Blank Foundation. But now, what we thought happened with Rich last year is what really happened this year. Rich McKay has been relieved of all of his Falcon duties. He is no longer a part of any decision making with the Falcons, or so they say. I don't quite believe that fully, but on paper, it is legit now. On paper, legitly, he has nothing to do with the day-to-day operations of the Atlanta Falcons. Now, the Falcons are all a part of the Arthur Blank Foundation. So that is still all encompassing. Okay? So he's gone from day to day, or even week to week, to month situations. But he still is the right-hand man to Arthur Blank, okay? Just not his ear with the football team per se. Okay. Greg Beatles takes over that part of the business. Whatever Rich McKay did prior to him being relieved of those duties, that's Greg Beatles' situation now. But now we are going to, rumor has it, is that Matt Ryan is going to be our president of football operations. We're actually going to have the correct pyramid for a sports franchise. Finally. Greg Beatles will sign the players' checks and stuff like that. Arthur Blank, of course, will stamp it. But we will have one vision, and that's Matt Ryan's vision. Well, hopefully. It hasn't been official, but in my opinion, that's why Arthur Blank is waiting until Thursday to have this press conference. I feel like they're working out the contract with Matt Ryan. Now, I feel like Matt Ryan's going to be a part of that interview on Thursday. I think that's going to be an introductory interview for Matt Ryan. I feel like Matt Ryan's going to pick the new GM, and then subsequently, GM and Matt Ryan will pick their coach. He will not be picking a coach. Hopefully, he will not be picking a coach before he picks his GM. Okay? Look, this is what I envision. I'm going to get the best GM. And I feel hopefully it's Louis Riddick. Hand up. I hope it's Louis Riddick for me. Either him or Detroit's general manager. I feel like those two organizations have been, or anyone from Philadelphia, to be honest. Because they built up many, like they got 2 Super Bowls in 8 years. They built up, tore it down, built up again. So those are the 3 organizations or like candidates I would like, Assistant from first Louis Riddick, or the assistant GM for Philly, or the assistant GM from Detroit. I don't have their names offhand right now. Head coach, I want Matt LaFleur. He was here before. He took Green Bay as a young coach. Green Bay. Now, mind you, we got to see what they do in the playoffs this year. they have struggled a little bit, but I don't think Jordan Love is as good as he is right now without Matt LaFleur. And I think that with Bijan Robinson, with Matt LaFleur, would be amazing. And I think he could put training wheels, the right training wheels, on Michael Penix to guide him to be a better quarterback. Because when I see Caleb Williams, when I see Drake May, how they look like they were struggling. Now, mind you, they did get better rosters around them, this, that, and the third. But I feel like the coaching really, really helped them. You know what I'm saying? Really helped those guys. Also, Danny Dimes. Danny Dimes looked like trash with New York, go to the Colts, and he looked like a brand new quarterback until he got hurt. So, yeah, man, coaching matters in my opinion. Coaching really matters. Now, yeah, the players got to step up. I understand that ideology about the players have to step up. But, man, a bad coach can make your team look bad. And when you have ESPN reps like Bubba McFarland saying, the Falcons just poorly coached, and leave it like that. When you got Dan Orlowski questioning what you're doing at the beginning of the season, no rhyme or reason, you don't marry any plays together. Then when you got Kirk Cousins, you know what I'm saying, coming in the Dolphins game, we were running 95% pistol. And then he just dog cussed them out and was like, okay, I'm going to run no huddle. Went right down the field and scored. That told you right there. So I got to Raheem. Excuse me, I got to Terry Fontenot why he was fired. Raheem was fired because he just really wasn't a head coach, guys. He's a nice rah-rah guy. The players love him. To an extent, I feel like the wide receiver group turned on Raheem. None ever so clear than Drake London in this game. I saw the clip of Drake London after he scored a touchdown. I'm sure you guys have seen it. Drake London coming up after the touchdown. Raheem coming up, putting his arms around him, trying to hug him and hype him up. And Drake London literally physically pushes him away, like, get off me, man. Takes his helmet off, goes over and dog cuss TJ Yates, the wide receiver coach, formerly the passing coordinator in the beginning of the season. That's another reason why the offense got better. Because TJ Yates, who was a horrible quarterback in the league, but sometimes you don't have to be a great quarterback in the league to be a great coach. But yeah. So TJ Yates and TJ Yates now the wide receiver coach. And it looked like Drake went over there and dog cussed him out. So Ray McLeod, showed the light on it. They fired Ike Hilliard and tried to place the blame on poor performance by the wide receivers on Ike Hilliard. Like I've been saying all season, guys, when your opponent who's get paid millions of dollars study your plays and know what you're going to do, and you're unwilling to switch it up, and you got a lot of people questioning Michael Penix, hey, he can't even throw for under center. Why are we always running all this pistol? Because our offensive coordinator, Zach Robinson, who isn't fired now, but guys, don't worry about that. He'll be fired. That's just a formality at this point. There's no need to be grandioso about firing Zach Robinson. He already know he dead man walking on job side. When you got him coming up on the podium and saying, I don't think it's schematically anything wrong with the offense. I think it's performance based. I think we need to step up and make the plays when they're presented to us. That's via the quarterback or the wide receivers. That is probably when Ike Hilliard stepped to Zach Robinson. When he made that statement at first and threw his wide receivers under the bus, that's probably when Ike Hilliard said something to Raheem and Zach. And then Ray, Cordell Hodge, all the wide receivers really was backing Ike Hilliard. We hear about a meeting of the minds with Ike and Raheem, and then all of a sudden he gone. It's performance based. So we got the worst special teams in the league. We got a Pro Bowler in Cordell Hodge on the bench, never playing. Coach's decision. And he can't even play. Okay, he won't play on offense. You don't feel like he's good enough to play on offense, fine. Even though he won you games last year, you held Cordell Hodge out because of a grudge, because he agreed with Ike Hilliard. He agreed with Ray. And you didn't cut him because we couldn't afford to cut him. But what you did was you hamstringed the team by not playing him. And not playing him on special teams when he was a Pro Bowl special teamer. You can't survive that. You don't deserve another job when you let petty squabbles hurt the team because everybody see you trash. How about this? If you don't have anyone that can question you on what you're doing, you don't have a good staff. Because it's not like you're in control of any one thing. You're the CEO of the team. You didn't want to be doing the defense, you know? You leave that up to Jimmy Lake. Oh, wait, Jimmy Lake was a first-time coach that was not ready for that position right now. Maybe in the future he'll be a good coach, but right now he was Sheets. Flash forward to next season, our offense don't need to play. No, as long as I'm the head coach, we will never play our starters in preseason. We dang on needed it. Michael Penix definitely needed it. Our offensive coordinator definitely needed to call plays. No, TJ Yates was calling plays. This team had the confidence, the false confidence of being a top team in the NFC and didn't prove anything. The bravado wears off when you start losing. And when you start doing things that cost you to lose as a coach, it's magnified even more. The lack of use of timeouts, time and situation of things, poor challenges. It's losing the locker room. I listened to Drake London's exit interview, at the game when he said, they asked him, do you want to be here? He was like, hell yeah, I want to be here. I love the city. I love the people. I love the fans. You know what I'm saying? And I can't wait to come back next year and get this going and get us right in the right direction. He said nothing about loving this coaching staff, you know what I'm saying, and believing in them and nothing. He said, I love the city. I love this organization. I love my teammates. I love the fans. And skirt. I see what you did, Drizzy. I see what you did. I'm gonna dap you up at training camp. way to say what you said without saying it. I heard you loud and clear. Don't know if everybody else heard you. I heard you loud and clear, brother. Yeah. Bijan being political correct as always, as he should. You know what I'm saying? It's not in his hand. But he said, I love Raheem like a brother. You know what I'm saying? And he want to give his support. And that's the type of dude, right? Bijan is. I didn't expect anything different from Bijan. You know what I'm saying? He's that type of guy that wants to do that. All right, so I've been talking a while. I need to go back. I'm gonna recognize everybody on here. All right, so thank all you guys for coming in, man. I really appreciate you guys coming in. Please hit that like button. We got 44 people in here. Let's get 44 likes, please. All right. Oh, we had a super chat. My bad. Hold up. First of all, let me go back up. Let me highlight this super chat. My bad, Jay Black. My bad, Jay Black. And I'm gonna get to everybody. Just trying to find this super chat. Play this, and then I'm gonna. Here we go.
J Black 142 has donated $5 and says Happy New Year and rise up. Terry gave us the best defensive draft in Falcon history. You are right.
Yeah, he did. He gave us the best defensive draft in Falcon history. Period. It's not even debatable. But you can't overlook everything. Because guess what? Now you got to pay Kyle Pitts. Are you going to pay Kyle Pitts or not? Most likely not, because Drake London's up next year. And you have to pay Drake London. He's a top 5 wide receiver. And arguably, Bijan is the best running back in the league. You have to pay him the next year. So, in my opinion, you can't re-sign Pitts. You can't re-sign Algier. They're just luxuries we can't afford anymore. You got to figure out a way to get rid of Kirk Cousins. Raheem is gone, so most likely Kirk Cousins will be going. No, I can't imagine a new GM going and taking that contract in. I can't. And I definitely can't imagine. Nah, I ain't going to be petty like that. I'm not going to be petty like that. All right, so who else was in? All right, so Jay Black was in here. Tony H in here. ATL enthusiast. Coach's Corner. What up, Coach? Guys, make sure you check out the Coach's Corner on what, Thursdays or Wednesdays? Wednesday. Check out my boy, Coach. Even though he a Longhorn fan, he got good content for the Falcons. Keith Simmons, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Catch up. What's up, Catch up? Let's see. I got Keith Simons, Tony H, enthusiast, Coach. Let's see. Watts was a steal of the draft. I agree, man. Vic Busley. Yeah. Vic Busley was a sad case. Keith. Okay, yeah. See, Keith, Kitty Cat, Georgia, Texas boy. What's up, man? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. I see you, fam. Georgia, Texas boy said, I didn't want Terry gone, but I understand cleaning house. Yep. Exactly. Look, bro, you can't take out a pamper and leave the poop in the house. You got to put that pamper in the trash can, man. And unfortunately, man, one was the poop and one was the pamper. You know what I'm saying? Raheem was the poop and Terry was the pamper. Both of them got to go out. I'm sorry. Maybe we get C.J. Allen. I don't know. Second round, I don't know if C.J. Allen going to last in the second round. That would be great. What if Raheem and Zach go to Tennessee? Tennessee who? The Titans? Or the Volunteers? The Titans? Good. I don't care. I don't care where they go right now. He just got to get the hell on away from here. Spicy, what up, Spicy? How you doing? Welcome back to the stream. I see you. Appreciate you coming through. Spicy said, I wish our team fired their coaches in front office as well. Y'all lucky. Sparsh, how you doing? Hey, man, I know it's a Falcon stream. Sham's tweet on Trey. Oh, no, I ain't talking about that right now, man, but we'll talk about that when the Hawks stream come on. Guys, this is the first stream. This is a double hitter. We got the Atlanta Hawks game tonight versus Toronto, game number 2 in Toronto. It's the last game between them in the season. They already won the season series. So they're trying to at least get one win against them this season. Let's go. We never had a president of football operations. Rich McKay control everything. Yes, great comments, man. Welcome to the stream, man. Appreciate you coming through. That's a great comment. If y'all trade for John Harbaugh, I'll be over the moon. I'm not gonna lie, man. John Harbaugh is established. We need someone who can establish a winning culture here. He's done it in Baltimore. He is long in the tooth. Again, my first choice is Matt LaFleur, because he's younger but has established, you know what I'm saying, Green Bay coming back. Even though they felt like they underachieved this year, I feel like Jordan Love wouldn't be as good as he was without Matt LaFleur. He was a part of the MVP season with Matt Ryan. He was his quarterback coach. So yeah. TJ Ninja, how you doing on Twitch? Yeah, Raheem is gone. Yeah. Yep. Hit him with the bye, 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 bye. Hit him with the NSYNC bye, bye. Yeah, like I just said, TJ, if you got the pamper, man, you got to throw out the poop with the pamper. You know what I'm saying? And Raheem was the poop. Terry Fontenot with the pamper. So both of them got to go. Plain and simple. Let's see. John R. How you doing, man? Appreciate you coming through. Welcome back to the stream. I see you. Appreciate you. Craig Air Force, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. He's on the Rich McKay is on the FIFA team now. Yeah. Since he's over the Arthur Blank Foundation, that's what he'll be concentrating right now on that and the Atlanta United. Oh yeah, speaking of United, they went in the tank since he started putting his fingers on it, right? I need Atlanta United fans, like real, who really in the thick of it, let me know. Because I'm just guessing. Craig Air Force said he wanted Matt LaFleur or Clint Kubiak. Okay. Good choices. All right. Hit the like button. Yeah, please hit that like button, guys. Please hit the like button. It's a lifeblood of all our streams. All right. T. Terry in the building also. What's up, T. Terry? Welcome back to the stream, folks. Yeah, Terry initially wanted Fields moved, and that's enough to get him fired. Facts, man. Glad that didn't happen. I mean, the best news today is right here, man. Rich McKay has been removed out of Falcon business, man. That is the first time since since 2011 when he had a presidency job. But since he arrived, he was a GM, then failed up to the president, and then we got Thomas Dimitroff. Failed up the CEO. So, yeah. All right. I personally am excited if Matt Ryan is going to be the new president of football operations. I kind of akin it to John Lynch. John Lynch came right from the TV right into the GM job, surrounded himself by capable guys, and built up Denver and won a championship with Peyton Manning. So guess what? I'm all for it, man. And another thing is, when you have somebody like John Lynch, when you have somebody like Matt Ryan, who played for a team, these guys right here, and especially with Matt Ryan, because he played for this organization. This not just gonna be a job, guys. This will never be a stepping stone job. This ain't just a job for Matt. You know what I'm saying? If he is gonna be what I think he's gonna be, this won't be just a move to get out of the booth into official capacity with a football team. This will be a passion project for Matt Ryan. Do I know if he can do the job? No. I know one thing, he ain't just gonna phone it in. He ain't just gonna be like, well, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because what Raheem said, talking about Cool, I got sweat equity in Cool. That's why he's my kicker. Matt Ryan got sweat equity into this organization. So yeah, if we're going to build, and I want everybody to go back and listen to that Matt Ryan, what does it mean to be a Falcon speech that he had in training camp? I need everybody to go back to that. Because I feel like something similar like that is going to happen to this organization when you come back. Get blanking set or get blanking ready. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait for that. It seems like we're trying to move. And I hope that he's able to hire his own GM first, and the GM and Matt Ryan collaborate to hire their coach that fit the system that the GM wants to have for this team. And the coach implement it. And Matt Ryan sign off on it. I need one mind with one vision getting this done. I do not, hey, Mr. Blank, we all love you. You've been the best owner in this city. But you need this, and I'm glad you've seen it. You need to step back. You need to come in, shake the person's hand. You and Josh come in, shake the person's hand. Have someone in there that you trust to run the team that loves this organization is going to do their best to try to do it. Even if they mess up, they're going to be doing the best that they can for the organization, not just because it's a job, because they love the organization. That's just how I feel. Now, maybe I'm biased because that's my quarterback. It's my quarterback. But yeah, that's just how I feel. Don't know if he's going to be good at the job at all. But I know he ain't just going to have this as a job, as a stepping stone, like most people use Atlanta teams as a stepping stone. That ain't going to happen. All right, let me go down. I see a lot of you guys chatting. I see a lot of you guys talking about Trae Young. We'll talk about Trae Young doing the Hawks stream again, guys. We got Hawks versus Toronto after this stream. But yeah, I really want to get on this. Hey, yo, did you guys see after the? I wanted to touch on another thing. Did you guys see the infamous mob hug that Arthur Blank gave Raheem after the press conference? Raheem come up, pat him on the back. Arthur Blank in this suit. What did I tell y'all? I told y'all this is the firing suit. I don't know we're the hottest. You got to think about it. If a coach, and shout out to Coach's Corner because he's been saying this, and I do agree with him when you say, what head coaches really want to come in here when you just fired a coach with Arthur Smith 3 years, didn't give him his full 4 years, and then went even less with with Raheem Morris, who's liked all around the league as a coach, personality-wise. What I would say is, I think the talent on his team trumps what we've done before. And since we're putting out an actual real structure on what a real football team would do, I think they would say, maybe the Falcons finally get it. Maybe I want to go there with all this talent. And they got one singular voice. If me and Matt Ryan vibe and we are on the same page as a GM, then I feel like we can build a team and I can go recruit a really good coach. You know? But this race that's been happening the past few, decades of us either hiring a coach before the GM and trying to common law marry them together because they in the same house, that ain't this ain't Love Island. It don't always work out. So again, and it really ain't worked out with the Falcons. So I'm glad we're going in this direction. This guy right here, this guy, gone. I gotta see if I can get one with just Arthur Blank right here in the firing suit. Because he had the firing suit and he hugged him, and then the son came up and hugged him. Man, that's like the mob, you know what I'm saying? He's just like, yeah. You up out of here, right? Yeah. You up out of here. People talking about that's vicious. He hugged the man and then fired him like 2 or 4 hours later. Nah, man, that's the Scarface. That's the gangster stuff, man. Nah, the Blank wasn't playing. That's you up out of here, bro. I mean, rumors saying that Josh Blank asked Raheem to fire Zach Robinson, and he refused. And then that following week, he started giving out game balls and gave it to Zach. That was disrespectful. Because I feel like they were going to fire him in Tampa Bay. But he won in Tampa Bay. And he gave out about 8 game balls. And it kind of seemed like a shot at the Blanks. When you really look at it, they didn't forget that. They did not forget that. We already contact Seattle for Kubiak. Okay, I won't mind that. Now, we'll say that if you look at the stats, Sam Darnold has fallen off a cliff production-wise. I think his QBR is like 4th lowest now in the NFL and the lowest going into the playoffs. But again, still a good candidate. I think that's more of a Sam Darnold thing that he kind of tightened up when he faced better competition. They faced better competition in the second half of the season. Yeah, but Tom Brady ain't. I don't know if Tom Brady is Tom Brady is an owner. He isn't a president of football operations. That's different. Like Matt Ryan, if he take the job, he's gonna be actually running the team, and that would be a total conflict of interest. I don't think he could stay at CBS and do that and do the job that we're asking him to do. They are related. What are you talking about? They cousins. They stayed right next to each other. They neighbors and cousins. Of course they are. They related. Moss, what's up, Moss? Moss said, I didn't think Mr. Blank was going to pull the trigger on these changes. He must have been listening to the fans' social media channels. Rightfully so. The new head coach needs to retain Jeff Ubrich. Well, again, I'm going to leave that. Hopefully, Matt Ryan has a plan to hire the GM first, and then they hire the coach together. They put the stamp on the coach, not Arthur Blank. That way, we know where the buck stops. Arthur Blank could come in and shake his hand and sign the check, but put the responsibility on someone. It looks like Beatles is going to take over what everything that Rich McKay was doing behind the scenes. That's what Greg Beatles is doing now. More on the business aspect of the Atlanta Falcons. Matt Ryan will handle the day-to-day football operation stuff, and we need that sorely. You said you wish the Ravens would move on for Harbaugh. Be careful what you ask for. Look at the Falcon fans asking to move on for Matt Ryan, even though we know he was, at the end of his rope, but you ain't been the same since. Larry, breaking news. Oh, okay, we'll talk about that.
Welcome to the family, shorty.
Hey, we got a new subscriber. What's up, TJ Ninja? Coming on over from Twitch. Appreciate you, fam. Quarterback next season. Man, I don't know what that's going to be. I got to figure out who my GM going to be. You know what I'm saying? I'm just ready for this Matt Ryan press conference to tell me what his vision is. Mac and cheese? Okay, I will. Go in there with mama, okay? Yeah. Go with mama. I'm going to get it. Okay? All right. Antoine Wartime, what up, fam? Appreciate you coming through. Let's get it right with the head coach and GM. We need to have that in the other order, brother, but I agree with you. Let's get it right this time. We all wanted a majority of us wanted Arthur Smith gone, but we didn't want a worse coach. And we got a worse coach, plain and simple. And we gave Terry Fontenot 5 years, and he still didn't win. So I don't know any GM who could survive losing 5 straight seasons. You said Drake was begging Raheem to come back? I don't know. It didn't look like it on the sidelines. Mega Man, what up, fam? Appreciate you coming through. Welcome to the stream. Everybody, man, appreciate you guys coming through. I'm just coming through the chat, trying to catch up with everybody, trying to mention people who have not been ready yet. We don't have a quarterback. Well, yeah, I mean, look, there's rumors about us possibly getting Cam Newton. I don't know what we're going to do, guys. Huntley, it's somebody out there we can get, man. But, yeah, it's really clear without Raheem, Kirk gone. Plain and simple. No GM is selling themselves with that money. He's up out of here. I saw it on TikTok, and on X. I'm trying to find it right now. So yeah, I'm trying to find it right now, but yeah, it was clear that that Drake want no parts of Raheem Morris. It was freaking clear. Yeah, I can't find it. But yeah, I'm just going to keep going through chats because, guys, I got to end the stream soon because we got to get ready for the Atlanta Hawks. But, man, what a happy day right now for the Atlanta Falcons fan base. We got rid of the problems. We exercised Rich McKay. He is no longer in any capacity involved with the Atlanta Falcons day to day, week to week, month to month. That is Greg Beatles' job now. Now, he still has the right to butt in just because he is over the Arthur Blank Foundation And that is all encompassing, guys. That is the Benz, that is the Falcons, the United, his philanthropy, everything. Okay? He ain't inputting about anything, but he still is a right-hand man of Arthur Blank. Okay? Plain and simple. He is the hand. And he will always be the hand. He will be the hand to Josh Blank. Plain and simple. But football-wise, that's going to be great that he would kind of put a stipulation in